Alright everybody, this is a 2001 Dodge 2500 and we're going to be replacing the axle seal, and let's get started. Alright, now you want to jack the truck up. So after you unscrew your lug nuts, you can go ahead and pop the wheel off. Then unscrew these bolts. Then you pull out the shaft, move that seal over. Alright, so while that's draining, we'll go ahead and remove the caliper. So on the brake caliper, you got two bolts, one right here and one down there. Alright. This is also a good time to see if your brakes are still good. These ones are still decent, so we'll just leave them alone. Alright, we just have the brake caliper holding on a bungee cord. And then, okay, now you're going to have to remove this pin right here. Just grab it and pull it. Then you're going to need a 2.5 inch socket. You could get these at like O'Reilly's or Napa. You put that on. Then you start to loosen it. Then you pull it off. Alright, now we can just pull this out. Pull that bearing out. Then you gotta pull off that hub. Watch out. And then that's the seal. Alright, so you get the sealer puller and then you just pull it up. Alright, and then you just pop it out like that. And then we could just re-grease these bearings again because they're still good. But then what you want to do is you want to clean all the grease and oil off all these parts. Alright, make sure you use safety glasses as well. So I like to kind of grease up the bearing, just lightly. Alright, so just plop the bearing back in. You could also kind of grease the inside of it as well. And I like to put a slight bit of grease where the seal goes. And then we're going to get our new seal. You could get these at Napa or O'Reilly's, and you just pop it in there. Then grab a rubber mallet and just slightly tap it around. And then make sure it's nice and flush, just like that. Then I like to put a little grease on the inside of the seal. And I just like to kind of grease the shaft, just where the bearings and seal sit, just to make sure it's nice and seated. Then you just put the hub back on, just like that. And then I like to grease up the other bearing. You just pop this bearing in there, just like so. Then you want to kind of clean any excess grease off this thread. And I like just to put just a little smidge of thread locker. Alright, so we got our new nut right here, and these are only one-time use, so let's go ahead and put it on. Then you tighten that down. You want to torque this nut down to 130 foot-pounds. Alright, that's good. Alright, and then you just put this pin back in. And you just tap it right in. Nice and flush. Alright, and then you just put the shaft back in, and then... So I know people like to use gasket sealant on this gasket right here, but I actually just use grease. And I've done multiple of these jobs before, and it turns out really good with just grease. Alright, so torque those bolts down to 90 foot-pounds in a crisscross pattern. Alright, and that's how you fix a leaky seal. And you just throw your caliper back on and your wheel, and that's how you do it. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and God bless.